Good evening, everyone. You're listening to Common Ground Radio on the Air Nation Radio Network with your hosts, Misty and Brandon. Instead of our normal recap show tonight, hi. Jade.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
We were getting started in our intro. We had to get it started, so I was just about to introduce you, so you came on just in time.
Oh, brilliant.
Normally what we do on Sunday nights is we just do a recap show, but tonight, because we have you as a special guest, we will ask you some questions and take some fan calls. And I know the fans are really excited. They've been blowing up Twitter all day. So
cool.
We're all very excited to have you.
Me too.
Yay! But most people know you from your former role on the NBC soap Passions or the popular web series The Bay. But now we can find you in daytime as Cheryl Connors on Days of Our Lives. So if everyone can join us and welcome Jade Harlow to the show.
Thanks, y'all.
Hello.
Welcome.
And, that is Brandon, and we're very excited. We're major Days fans, and I was also a Passions fan. So
very cool.
If I seem a little bit too excited, it's because I am.
Okay. Oh, Lord, honey. Excuse me. It ain't like you got someone special on.
Yes. So we will get started because I know we do have several people already on the phone to speak with you. So we'll go ahead and get started with our questions, and we'll get our stuff done first, and then we'll take the fan call.
Before we get started here, Misty, let me just remind everybody that, like I said, around 7:30 is when we'll be taking the fan calls. I see that we have a few on the line, and I have muted you. If you have called in, I will unmute you when I take your call. So, again, we'll be bringing you on around 7:30. Try to keep your questions or comments to at least 5 minutes so we can get through everybody that wants to talk with Jay. All right, go ahead.
Okay. And if you do want to call, the number is 724-444-7444. Just enter call ID 131151 # and then 1 in pound, and you will be in. All right. So you were in plays such as Grease and Romeo and Juliet. I even believe you did Alice in Wonderland as well. Do you enjoy plays or daytime TV better?
Oh, well, daytime much better. You know, when you're a kid and you like act, or you think you like acting, you don't know yet because you haven't done anything. You know, you try to get involved in whatever your school's doing or local community theater, and that's when I did those kind of things. And then once I started working, you know, in front of a camera, it's so very different, the techniques. Like, I don't like to think of acting styles changing between, you know, film and television and whatever, because I don't believe they do, but they definitely change between performing live in front of an audience on a stage and the intimacy that you have with a camera. So I prefer the camera as opposed to the pressure of a bunch of eyes actually staring at me on stage live.
I know I used to do the drama, and oh my gosh, it does make you a nervous wreck, but you get used to it. But I would probably prefer a camera as well if I went down that road. But it's fun though to do theater.
It is fun. It's just I'm not a very whether you believe it or not, I'm kind of a shy person. I'm not a very loud person. It just feels unnatural to me to be loud and broad, and you have to be to sell live theater. You have to do it well, and you have to do it believably, and I always found it to be a real challenge to, you know, be broader than I am, you know, in just a normal conversation.
Yes. Well, thank you. And Brandon?
Yes. Hello, Jade. Thanks for joining us.
Hey. Nice to meet you-ish.
Yeah, you too. Thanks. I'm kind of taking a backseat role tonight. I'm letting Misty take over the show and host this evening, do something a little different. Let's see. The first question that I have is, of course, like we said, we all know you had a great run on Passions, and of course you're on Days now. So if you can remember your audition for Passions, would you say that you were more nervous for your Passions audition or for your Days audition?
Oh, God, Days. Days, 100 times over
Yeah.
Days. Oh, yeah.
Uh-huh.
My Passions audition, I was kind of like, I was very fearless because I really hadn't done a lot. I did a guest star on Third Rock from the Sun for one of their season finales, and I had done it like 2 weeks before I auditioned for Passions. And when I auditioned for Passions, like I totally misinterpreted the character breakdown. And so, I was really dumb luck. Had a lot to do with me being cast. And with Days, I knew it just meant a lot to me. Like the show itself is so iconic. My God, practically 50 years on the air is just incredible, and it meant a lot to me. And I had peers that I admire both behind the scenes and in front of the camera, and I, wanted it. When I auditioned for Passions, I didn't even know what Passions was. I was like, okay, we're going to go on another audition. But everybody knows Days, so it was like,
right.
Wow, yeah.
So you definitely say that you approached your Days audition a little differently than what you approached your Passions audition.
Yeah, I did. With Passions, I didn't know what Passions was, and I was a young and dumb kid and fearless and whatever. And with my Days audition, it was really important to me because, as you know, Lisa DiCazzote, who was our executive producer on Passions, was also one of the executive producers over at Days. And I really wanted to show, the grown-up version of me. I had changed so much in the years between. And, people who knew you when you were a kid, seeing you again so many years later, it was like, made me more nervous than if I hadn't known anyone at all,
Right. Yeah. Awesome. Love it. Thank you.
Okay. Speaking of Passions, it's been since 2003, I think, since you played Jessica Bennett. Are you excited to get to work with Eric Martsolf and Galen Gearing again on Days?
I am so excited because on Passions, I didn't really get a chance to work with either one of them. I was part of the youth crew. We used to call them behind the scenes. We'd call it the Scooby-Doo crew. It was my sister and Miguel and Charity and all the zombies and stuff, and I was like the Thelma of the Scooby-Doo crew. So even though Eric played my brother, I didn't really ever cross paths with him. And now being on Days, Galen is such a cut-up and a talent and a pleasure to work with. And I haven't yet had the opportunity to do scene work with Eric Martsolf yet. I'm hoping to. But coming to that set with those two, oh, my God, there was definitely a sense of having, two of your, favorite cousins there, So that was cool.
Yes. Yeah, I hear that they are quite the characters. They're
great.
Eric and Galen, that they are very funny.
So funny and so talented and quick and smart and multifaceted people. There really is a great crop of talent there that is a joy to work with.
Great. Thank you.
Of course. Okay, so you're not on the day set every day taping, of course, correct?
Right. No, I'm at a reoccurring status, so it's not an everyday thing.
Right. Okay, so when you're not on the day set, give us a little idea of a typical day in the life of Jade Harlow.
Oy. Well, I juggle a lot. I'm an actor and a producer on the web series The Bay, and we are going back into production here. We're shooting this month. We have a table read Monday, and I'm shooting the 21st, 22nd, so I'm prepping for that. At the same time, I'm producing my own feature film, producing my first feature. I produced a short back when I was 18, but so there's been a learning curve there, and it's a lot of work. It's everything from, developing the script and working closely with the filmmaker and juggling different personalities, and at the same time what it takes to secure financing and all the paperwork and, pursuing talent from a casting end and location scouting. And so there's always a rotation of that happening while the Bay is happening. And also on the side, a lot of people don't know, I ghostwrite or script doctor. It's called script doctoring for other writers, for other filmmakers. So, people will send me a script or a project, and I'll do developmental consultation on their projects, or I will, tighten up scripts and help them get little pitch packets together for their own film. So I would say on my plate right now, I've got 3 things I'm doing behind the scenes on top of the 2 things with the Bay and Days that I do in front of the camera.
Wow,
I spend a lot of
really
time
interesting.
on the computer. I spend so much time on the computer, it's ridiculous.
It's almost like there's no time to breathe, it seems.
Yeah, my free time really consists of, I have a very small circle of very close friends that I absolutely adore, and they all know who they are. And I'm kind of a TV junkie like y'all. I've got my shows. I don't want to miss my shows. So I'm very low key in my free time, if there is any.
And just to go back to the Bay, for those of the fans that are listening that don't know, Mary Beth Evans is a part of that. She's the creator.
She's one of our long-standing stars and producers, and
right.
Just can I say she is the epitome of class and elegance, and one of the most genuine, loving people I have ever known. And I'm so proud to call her a teammate in 2 capacities. I'm so lucky. I've got her as a teammate in 2 places. Like, it doesn't get any better than that.
I'm sure it'd be interesting to have some Cheryl and Kayla scenes sometime on Days.
Yeah, how would that happen? Her character hates me on the Bay. Her character avoids me like the plague.
All right.
Well, in Salem, you'll have to get hurt and go to the hospital.
Oh, is that how it happened? Okay.
But we don't want that to happen.
Well, I'm still new, so I'm learning the different dynamics. Like someone just said to me the other day, I can't remember who said it, that there's a typical soap writing format where a character will be raped and then fall in love with the rapist. And I was like, what? And they're like, oh, yeah,
that
that's been
happened
around
on Days.
forever. They're like, oh, yeah, that's been around forever. I'm like, are you kidding? Are you serious? And so, I'm learning the patterns that sometimes, arise.
Right.
Good to know. I have to cross paths with her in the hospital, though. Wow.
Or the Brady Pub.
Everybody's always at the Brady Pub. Everybody, it's like the only place to grab a sandwich.
It is.
You got to get the clam chowder, though, obviously.
Oh, yeah, I heard that line, like, just, like pounder with chowder or stuffer with chowder, flyer with chowder, whatever the line was. It was so funny. Great line.
Hilarious. We have a chat room question. Aries wants to know, what are some of your favorite shows right now, since you were talking about being a TV junkie?
Well, I am a crazy fan for Nashville. I love Nashville. It just jumps off the screen with talent, everything from the writing to the producing and the music. I mean, I bump seasons 1 and 2 soundtracks in my car, like, all the time. So I'm a big fan of that. And then I'm kind of a creepy kid. I always have been. So I love American Horror Story.
Yes, me too.
Oh, gosh. What a great idea to take your best actors and every season give them something fresh and new to do and explore all the different facets of horror. I love that.
Yes. This last season was amazing. I'm sad, though, Jessica Lange, is her next season on American Horror Story, I think it's going to be her last one. She's retiring.
Well, I'm such a fan of her. Like, I mean, me personally, I aspire to be more like her than I do any other actor alive.
Wow.
And oh gosh, yeah. Always have had her on a diamond-crusted pedestal, and you know, I hate to say it, but if they're going to lose Jessica Lange, I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to hang around. That might be AHS's last season. You know, who knows?
Yeah, I know. It'll definitely be different.
Yeah, and I was wondering where are they going to go from here? We've done a haunted house, an asylum, and a coven, and I'm really racking my brain trying to think of where else to go. So whatever comes out is going to be a total shocker because my wells run dry of ideas.
Yes, and it's been crazy, but that's funny. I love that you love that show because I'm a huge fan of that show.
Oh gosh, yeah.
And I watch The Walking Dead. It comes back tonight.
Oh, me too. Me too. Because like I said, I'm creepy. I don't know how much to share. I'm super creepy. I love horror. I love all different types of all different mediums and genres and types of films, but I grew up on horror and loving it, and I love The Walking Dead. I just started sampling Bates Motel, like literally last night, and today I started getting into that, and it's so well done. It perfectly explains how Norman Bates was systematically created. I'm really kind of digging on the creepiness. And I like a lot of the HBO
Nicholas
programming,
Hoult,
too.
He's pretty awesome.
Oh, yeah.
So,
oh, yeah.
I guess I'm just going to leave you two ladies alone.
No! What do you
Brandon,
like to watch, Brandon?
I know, he must not like the creepy stuff.
No, I'm more of a... I kind of like TLC a lot, and I watch some of those weird shows on TLC, like Myrtle Manor or something like that, and then I'm kind of ashamed to say that I watch Honey Boo Boo, but it does make me laugh.
I see. Yeah, I can't really say that there's been any reality TV that's really kind of been able to hold my attention. So I don't know. I don't really check it out. I used to be really into the Real Housewives of Atlanta and New York. That used to be something like that was a secret guilty pleasure. But I've just been so consumed with, storytelling from a behind-the-scenes perspective that, like, I just try to saturate myself in scripted programming so I can see who's doing what, Like, I'm so excited, this crop of talent. There's so many amazing writers and producers that are active at a fever pitch right now that I'm just eating it all up. Some of the programming out right now is really, really good. It's a shame we lost Breaking Bad. I will say that. I mourn the loss that was losing Breaking Bad.
I know. There's so many good TVs, and it's so hard to watch them all.
Yeah.
But I'm huge TV. I love TV. I like stuff reality, but big TV. But anyways, how has it been for you working with Lauren Koslow and Brian Datillo?
Well, I'm like a stupid fan of Lauren Koslow. Like, as a person, as an actor, to watch her act is like watching. The way she plays on set is like a cat playing with a mouse, the way she plays with her character. And it really has made me a braver actor, and just the choices that she makes are so deliciously, I don't want to say evil, but just captivating. And I just so enjoy her. And on a personal note, she is one of the most graceful and lovely people I have ever had the chance to get to know. So, behind the scenes, she's the complete opposite of what you guys see, and being able to see the dichotomy that is her in her real life and what she brings to her character. Like, she's brilliant. And Brian Datillo, I mean, this is the most fun I have ever had with a love interest. He's vivacious. He's a firecracker. He's fun, and he's so talented, and it just pours out of him effortlessly. And he's a really good person and a great supportive teammate. There was a lot of times on set where, for one reason or another, I would be nervous. And having him at my side extinguished a lot of that, because I felt when I'm in between Lauren and Brian, I feel like, oh, I got two amazing people on my side right now, and I get to play with them, and oh, okay, everything's going to be good. How could it not be? So it's been an ideal working environment.
That's awesome. Yeah, Brian, he's been a part of that show like on and off for probably 21 years or longer. I love the Lucas character, always have. And
he's got a lot of versatility in him.
Yes, he does. And he's been like, had to go through a lot, his character has, so I think he's done well in portraying Lucas. And then, like you said, Lauren, I've heard her on another talk show before, and she just seems like the sweetest, lovely lady.
She's incredible.
But yes, Kate is a firecracker.
Oh, my gosh.
And she is hilarious. I love when Lauren and Allison Sweeney are on screen together. I'm definitely going to be laughing at some point during the scene because they are hilarious.
I'm new to, I don't know a lot of the day's history because, I've never really been home to watch.
Yeah.
And so I'm new to the day's history. I don't know much, if any, about it, but I know a little bit of the relationship that existed between Kate and Stanley, and to see them kind of be this unexpected, haphazard friendship is really great to watch. Like, this is Ethel and Lucy on the dark side, and I love that.
Definitely. That's a good way to look at it.
I love that analogy.
Yes. And I know that fans are very excited that Lucas may finally be getting a little love interest on the show after so long with Cheryl. So I know everyone's calling it Lush.
Yeah, great name, right? Oh, my gosh. I wish I could personally high-five the person who came up with the name.
And we're all loving it. So we're very
thank
excited.
you so much.
I want to know what Cheryl thinks of possibly being in a relationship with a grandpa.
Are you kidding me? Who cares if he looks like that? I mean, really? Like, this isn't like some fuddy-duddy with a cane. This is not that. He is, I don't know what age he started having children or his children started having children, but I mean, he just, the grandpa thing is a stretch, and I think Cheryl, she understands that he has a very large family and that family is important to him, but I don't think for a second the term grandpa is something she associates when she thinks of Lucas.
Right,
at all.
Right.
I mean, she gets it. She technically gets it, but that is not at all a focused thought that she lingers on.
Right. And when you look at Kate, you wouldn't consider her to be a great-grandmother.
Oh, God, no. Oh, no.
Yeah, right.
That is so strange to hear you say that. No. I wonder how Lauren feels about that. I'd like to ask Lauren how she feels about playing a great-grandmother. Wow. Someone give her an Oscar already. Wow.
Oh, my gosh. Okay. So my next question, we had Janelle on our show last week, Wednesday, and I played this little game with her, and I want to do this with you as well. It's a word association game.
Oh, I love it. Okay.
And she was nervous, but let's see what you think about this. I'm going to give you a few of the actors, today's actors. I'm going to give you a few of the actors' names, and I just want to hear the first thing that comes to mind when I give you some of these days' actors' names.
Okay.
So the first one I have is Galen Gearing.
Mischievous.
Okay. Lauren Coslow.
Elegant.
Rochelle Stouse.
Sweet.
Freddie Smith.
cute?
That he is.
I love it. Okay, and Brian Datillo. Okay. Let's see. I only have 5, so that's all I had.
I'm like, am I limited to one word? Because I'm kind of a wordy girl. You know?
I know. It's so hard to just say one thing. Yeah. Should have said grandpa. I'm just kidding.
I know, right? Hey, Pappy. That's so strange to hear you say that and to hear you say the great grandmother thing. I'm really rather thrown by that. I don't think I'll linger on that thought though, because that might just kill my libido, and I'm having too much fun right now. You know.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Okay.
Thank you for playing that.
Oh, good. Thank you for throwing that at me.
Way to go, Brandon. Okay, so you had mentioned the Third Rock from the Sun appearance, and I was just wondering, how was it working with Joseph Gordon-Levitt?
Oh, he's a really cool dude. This was like back, I was like 16, 17, so he was a big heartthrob back then, and I worked with him and Larissa Olenek in a graduation scene. And he was such a little professional then. I know he was like a couple years older than me. He was like 18 or 19. Maybe he was old enough to drink. Hell, I don't know. But I just remember he was as sharp and as professional as John Lithgow. Like, he was like already a little businessman. He wasn't one of these young heartthrob actors who come to set and kind of like act like, you know, oh, I'm a rock star, I'm just going to come here and chat with the ladies, and, like, I'll do my thing on camera. Like, he was already into the creation of a show and the behind-the-scenes of a show, and it does not surprise me at all that his career has gone the way it's gone, and it doesn't surprise me that he's directing and producing now at all. So you could see he was already a little professional businessman, even at a teenage age.
That's cool. Yeah, he's come a long way with his acting.
Yeah, and you know what?
And they were like back to back, and it was crazy because I was like, whoa.
And he's going to go a lot longer of a way. I really don't see him disappearing at all if he does go away from being in front of the camera. I can absolutely see him directing, producing, writing. He's very smart and a very creative person, and he really respects the business of storytelling.
That's great. And you said that you were doing the producing part on the Bay. Did you say that?
Yeah.
Well, do you like doing producing or acting more?
Well, they're both so different, and I'm new to producing. I got into producing because, you know, unfortunately, as women in this industry, we are all going to expire before our time. People will either get sick of looking at us, or terms, even at my age, are being flown around called aged out. So I have zero interest in, I mean, I've been doing this since I was a kid. I have no interest in starting all over and learning how a different industry works. I want to stay within my own industry. Like, I love storytelling, and I don't want to do anything else. So in order to stay in this realm, I have started to learn to produce. And it's funny because for a long time I was doing producer tasks and didn't know, because it's kind of veiled in mystery what a producer does. And it's very different. There's creative producers, and there's, you know, like producers that bring the money to the table, and then there's producers, like, it's all, they all do very different things. And, you know, I didn't even know some of the things I had been doing and not accepting credit because I only wanted to be seen as an actor. So no, don't credit me. No, don't. I've been doing for years, and then just recently I realized, oh, well, that all falls under the title of producer, and if you do want to stay in this game of storytelling, then you're going to need some credit showing that you're competent at knowing how to do other things. And now I'm open-minded to accepting the credit of producer or writer, things like that. And it's cool. The inner snob in me As a producer, you get to kind of play Caesar in a way. You get to yes and no. You get to have an opinion on the script. You get to have an opinion on the team that you assemble to create the movie or the show. You get to have an opinion on who you cast. Now, it's not the case with The Bay, because I wasn't given producer credit on The Bay until last year, and a lot of that had to do with more various contributions from kicking around concept alongside Gregory J. Martin and being at the writer's table with him and Martha Madison, and then coming into, opinionate on an edit, and whatever. So because I was doing a couple of different little here and there things behind the scenes, he just kind of veiled it all under that title, and I'm happy and proud to say that. I'm proud of what we're doing, and I think that every time we step back out into the light with Bay, that it gets a little bit stronger and a little bit stronger. And when we started way back, when I was just an actor on the show, we were like one of the first web series ever. No one knew what a web series was when we started. And now, you look at these amazing peers in the web series game, and it's just, it's getting thick. It's the talent's thick. It's getting exciting, and so I do like the secret Caesar of having some opinion on the team assembly and how the story is told. I love that part of producing. As far as acting goes, that's my first love. That's absolutely my first love, and I hope I can continue to do it forever. But there are ebbs and flows like there are in any business. And during my downtime, I don't want to be, sitting by my telephone insecure about why no one's calling when I am capable of doing other things that make me feel like I'm still involved in, storytelling.
Yes, thank you.
So acting is the favorite, and producing I do because I can't sit still. And I just love the business too much.
Good. And then you'll never get bored.
and that's the thing, you never do get bored, whether you're researching stuff as an actor or a writer or producing, and you're researching, you learn about the most ridiculous and crazy things. Like a friend of mine right now is researching all different types of poisons.
Oh, okay.
And I was doing research on haunted houses and true EVP and documented accounts of hauntings and that's just one thing. And with the Bay and Leanna, you're researching all this stuff about what happens to someone when they struggle with addiction. So you're always learning a little bit. You learn a little bit like you're being a doctor. You learn a little bit like you're being an astronaut. And you learn a little bit, and it's great if you get to play those things through research. But if you do more in the business, it's like a little bit about everything, because at one point or another you will have to research it, whatever it is. If it's adopting children or building a hotel, like at one point, if it is involved in the story that you're trying to tell, you're going to have to know pretty much everything about it. You never get bored. Unless you're researching something really boring, which happens.
Well, I love that you're researching haunted houses. I love that kind of stuff.
Oh, I just got the creepiest EVP. A friend of mine bought an EVP recorder and sent it over to a friend of mine who's a sound guy who spent all night manipulating it, and it's just creepy. It's just so creepy. And then you sit there and you're like, what are they saying? Oh, I think, everybody has a different opinion on the EVP and what they think they're hearing, So it's neat,
Yeah. I know. I would love it until I actually heard something that creeped me out, and then I would be like, okay, that's enough. It's okay for me to watch it on TV, but if I heard something like from my own house or something like that, I would be like, oh my gosh, I don't know what I would do. But I enjoy the aspect of it and watching the TV shows.
You should do this because it'll creep you out, and anyone who's into creepy stuff, do this. you have an iPhone, download Ghost Radar.
Oh gosh.
It's an app. It's a free app.
Okay.
Yes, and so I was sitting in my apartment the other night, it was like a couple weeks ago, and this radar's circling, right? And all of a sudden, 2 red dots show up behind my couch. I'm sitting on the couch, right? And I'm like, oh God, oh God, oh God. And then it will blurt words. Like it'll show like where it thinks energies are, and then out of nowhere, this app will blurt a word like trapped.
Oh,
mother.
My
and
gosh.
it scares the crap out of you. I don't know if it's real or if it's, BS, but it's a fun and creepy tool to just screw around with.
Oh my God, you should not have told me that because I'm gonna get it.
Oh yeah, I'm going to.
Oh my gosh.
I did it alone, and now I live by myself, and so. I
know. I'm like, how do you sleep at night?
That night I didn't. I waited until dawn approached, and then I was like, oh, I'm safe. I made it.
Oh my gosh, it's so crazy. Yes, I'll definitely have to see what that says. If it scares me, I'm going to be like, I blame Jade.
Blame me, girl. It's really a good scare. It keeps you sharp and speeds up the metabolism.
Oh gosh.
Oh boy. All right. One more thing before one of our fans here in the chat room has a tip for Cheryl before we get into our chat. He says, make sure that Cheryl stays away from Kate's apples and brownies.
Okay. Brownies throws me for sure. Like, what kind of brownies are we talking about here? What the hell?
Okay, so Kate previously poisoned one of Lucas's female love interests on Dave's with some brownies. She tried to kill Chloe.
Wow.
So don't eat any of Kate's brownies or apples.
Dear Lord, I thought she liked me. I thought she liked me.
You're probably the exception. Yeah, I think Cheryl is going to be the exception. So
I certainly hope so. I know that there's, I know that Cheryl is there under pawn pretenses, and at this particular moment is unaware of her true reason for being brought there. But if and when that does come out, I have hopes that it won't completely. I don't know. It scares me to think of what would happen if that were to come out.
Yeah. It scares us fans, too.
All I can say, with what I know at this particular point, all I can say is y'all ain't seen nothing yet. Like, it builds.
Uh-oh.
You got to wait a little bit in between the happenings, but when stuff happens, it happens. And there's fireworks headed y'all way, yeah, for sure.
Oh, my gosh. This is going to get good.
I know. I can't wait. I love the drawing.
All right.
Spring.
Do you have another question, or do you want to take fan calls?
No, I think we're going to take fan calls because it's 7:40 now. So we're going to go ahead and get into that. And just to remind you all, like I said, try to keep your questions, comments as short as possible. We have a fair amount of callers on the line, so I'm going to bring you on in order of when you called in. So I believe the first one on the line was Northeast Texas, which I believe is Susan.
Susan, yes.
Susan. All right. Okay. Let me unmute you. Susan, you're live with Jade Harlow.
Hello?
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 Hi.
Hi. Oh, my gosh. I can't believe it.
Well, welcome.
Oh, my gosh. I can't believe it. You are so amazing.
You got a question for me, darling?
Oh, yes. What did you think about them pictures I made for you?
Oh my goodness, you're lime yellow.
Yes, she is.
Susan.
Yes, that's
my
me.
love. Oh, I can't tell you what an honor that has been to see. And my goodness, are you talented? You are so very, very talented at your picture creation. I'm completely blown away and honored. Thank you.
Thank you. And I'm the one who sent you a Valentine's card and a Valentine's gift, too.
Oh, well, I haven't gotten that stuff yet. But I'll be sure and let you know when I do. I know that, sometimes when mail is sent over to days, it takes a while because it goes through so many hands before it finally trickles down to us. But as soon as I do, I'll be sure and let you know. And it's the thought that counts anyway.
Oh,
so
you are so
just
sweet.
Thank you for thinking of me, hon.
Oh, you're so sweet. I just love you.
You too. Oh, well, back at you.
You mean the world to me.
Oh, my goodness. God bless you. Thank you, honey.
And I even tell my mom all about you, and she's like, well, you tell her I love her.
Oh, that is so sweet. You guys are incredible. I appreciate the support.
You're welcome. She loves Jen, too.
Oh, that's cool.
I love both of y'all.
Jen is so funny. She is just comedy genius.
I love that. And like the other night when I sent that tweet, about that, that smart-ass comment thing.
Oh, yeah.
I was mad at a friend of mine, so I had to send it.
Hey, whatever you got to do. Use your social media however you love.
She got onto me for eating some candy. And I wanted some bubblegum soda, and she wouldn't let me have none.
I don't even want to know that things like bubblegum soda exist. I'm already fighting my own demons. I hear about these things, and it's like, I swear I have to get my hands on it.
Susan, you need to stay away from the bubblegum soda.
Oh.
Jen told you to
stay away from sugar.
I don't know how she knows me. She knows me like a book. She knows everything I do.
Well, you got to, I will say I quit, on occasion I have sugar. But, if you are trying to quit sugar for diabetic reasons or health reasons or any reason, it's all about substitution, my love. It's really, really hard to get used to switching to fake sugar. But if you can force yourself to do it for 3 weeks, then you taste real sugar, and it's like, oh, my God, it's like dirt. It's like very thick dirt. All of a sudden it has I don't know.
I need to do that, though, because my doctor, he told me I have glaucoma in my eyes, so I could go blind.
Oh, honey, I certainly hope not. I'm going to pray for you.
Oh, thank you. You're so sweet.
Oh, back at you. Try substitution. That's what I have to do 100% of the time, substitution.
Oh, yes, and like right now I got some Oreo cookies. And
no, I don't want to know.
And I'm trying to keep from eating them. But it's like, it's something telling me, eat them.
I don't want to know. I don't want to know about things like bubblegum soda and Oreo.
No, but I did drink a diet soda today.
Well, takes some getting used to, but once you cross over, and those aren't exactly healthy either, but God knows I drink enough of it. But once you cross over, you can't ever go back to regular. I will say that. Oh,
and I've been trying so hard to drink some water, but I cannot stand the taste of water either.
I'm the same way, and I've taken to those little things you squirt into your water, like raspberry lemonade and some of those things, and some of them are vitamin infused too. So it's like I'm not one to take vitamins really, although I love Vita gummies. I am a fiend.
I have to take diabetic medicines and multivitamins every day, and I haven't been doing it.
Try the gummies. Gummies. Vita gummies. I'm a big fan.
I need to try those. And, my doctor's got on to me, too, for not taking my medicine. My sugar was like 420 today.
I don't know what that means.
If your sugar is above 120, you're a diabetic, and it's not good.
Oh, I see.
Yes, and it's not good.
I think you got a big team of support, behind you, and I believe in you, and I think you can do it. And
I'm glad I got somebody that cares about me and stuff, and I don't, I can't do it on my own. I tried.
Well, I believe in you, and I think that you've got all the strength in the world, and that I think that you'll beat it. You'll beat it.
You're so sweet.
Yeah.
I tell you all the time what I do. I tweet you all the time and tell you if I lost any weight and stuff like this, and
and anything I can offer as help or motivation, I am happy to do, and I really believe that, you know, I've done all kinds of things and had to conquer all kinds of things, and if I can do those things, I know you can do this. So just stick with it.
You're a good friend too.
Thank you, love. That's very sweet.
Oh, and
thank you for calling in tonight,
okay.
Susan.
Thank you.
We have a lot of callers tonight.
Oh, okay.
Thank you.
Good to talk to you. Bye.
Good to you.
Bye, Susan.
Bye-bye. I love you.
Thank you.
She is the sweetest.
Very sweet.
She needs. Jen tried to tell her to stay away from the sugar. She needs to listen to Jen.
I battled that demon myself.
Yeah, I think we all have.
Mhm.
Let's see. I think Western Tennessee is the next one.
Cody. It's Cody.
That's Cody. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Cody, you're on air with Jade Harlow.
Hello?
Cody?
Jade, hey, it's Cody.
Hey, how are you?
Pretty good. How are you doing?
I'm good. This is the Cody Murphy, right?
Absolutely, it is.
The Cody Murphy. Well, it's lovely to kind of meet you.
Same here. You know, I just wanted to say that I've recently started watching Days, and you've just been incredible. And
oh, thank you, love.
And speaking personally, you have a new fan right here.
Oh, bless your heart. Thank you so much. That means the world to me. I appreciate that.
And I will, and as you probably know, soap fans, myself included, will support you until the day you die.
And anything I can do to stand behind them, because I have never known a loyalty as beautiful and as true as the loyalty of the community of soap fans. It's a beautiful, beautiful thing, and I appreciate y'all so much. So thank you from the bottom of my heart. It means everything. So thank you.
You know, and I have to say before I get off here, we've been talking on Twitter for a month or whatever. It is just a absolute joy and a pleasure.
Me too, love. Me too. And I haven't had a chance to hear that song you sent me yet. I want you to know. I saw you sent me music, which I highly encourage everyone to do. I love music. I think it's a beautiful thing to share music with people that you enjoy, and so thank you for that. That's cool. I'll check that out as soon as I'm done playing on the radio.
I'm a huge music fan myself, so I figured I'd send that to you and let you check it out.
I'll check it out. Thank you.
I'm going to go because I know y'all have a lot of callers.
Yes,
I just wanted to say I'll tweet with you, Jade. And you too, Misty and Brandon.
Thank you.
Brilliant. Thank you so much, Cody.
All right, bye,
Thanks for calling in.
Bye, hon.
Bye.
Bye, Cody. He's a really nice guy.
I know, y'all have such pleasant people. I've been relaxed so far.
All right, I believe, let's see, I think Northern Virginia is next. I'm not sure. This might be my friend Dana. I don't know. Let's see here. Northern Virginia, you're live with Jade Harlow.
Hello.
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 Hi, Jane.
Hey, honey.
This is Sarah.
Oh, hey.
Hi. Finally, nice to meet you.
Nice to kind of meet you on the radio. I figured you'd still be in New York.
Yeah, I am. I'll be going home on Tuesday, and it was a lot of fun.
Well, how cool. You've been so sweet and supportive on Twitter and keeping up with your goings-on. I kind of get to live vicariously through you since I am not traveling anywhere.
I got to see Phantom of the Opera on Saturday, and it was pretty amazing.
I'll have to check it out when they come to LA. I've got hopes to see the Book of Mormon when
I really want to see that so bad.
Yeah, me too.
I was 3 rows behind the stage.
Oh, wow. Great seat.
Yeah. It was kind of loud, and it's really live.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. And I was kind of sad, and I missed Friday episode and today. And I hope my mom recorded when I go home tomorrow.
Well, if you didn't, you can always see full episodes at NBC.com under shows. There's full shows airing of every NBC show, including days, and they're there in order by date. So all is not lost. You can still catch your shows.
Yeah. And how is like reuniting with Eric Martsolf and Galen?
I love it. Those are two very incredible gentlemen, and every day spent with them is full of laughter and you know, just a joy.
Is there any stage actor that you would like to work with that you haven't done?
I still haven't worked with Eric, and I would love to. I've been so impressed by the way he has played Brady through this addiction. He's so beautifully broken and human, and so I do hope that I get the chance to work with him. I've been very lucky. They've bounced Cheryl off of nearly everybody in Salem. And you'll see this upcoming week who she gets to meet next. But
I can't wait.
Ooh, girl, don't be scared. Don't be scared.
You know, I'll be watching live every day of the week.
Oh, thank you so much for that support. It means everything to us.
Yeah.
Thanks for calling in, Sarah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
All right. Next up, we have, this is Misty's good friend from Tennessee. We have Christina on the line. Christina, you're on air with Jade Harlow.
Hi.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm good, love. How are you?
I'm good. Yes, I am good friends with Misty.
Oh, very cool.
Yes.
I have a couple of questions. Do you still keep in touch with some of the actors on Passion?
Yeah, not that many, but I do see quite a bit of Dana Sparks, who played my mother, who played Grace Bennett. We hang out, and I see James Hyde. Not as much as I see Dana, and not together, but those are the two that I've remained in contact with, aside from, you know, the cast members who've crossed over to Days.
Right.
Yeah, Dana and James are loved to me and still family to me. So.
Well, I loved you on Passions, and I love that show, and I'm so happy that there's so many of the Passions actors that get to be on Days, so that's good.
Yeah, it's been fantastic that we've got to kind of cross-pollinate with some of the other actors from other networks. I know when I was on Passion, NBC kind of stuck with only NBC, and now that unfortunately we've lost shows like All My Children and One Life to Live and As the World Turns and so forth, that there's a crop of actors out there who have been brought to Days, and it's great to kind of work with these incredible people that, you know, I've seen since I was knee-high to a pig's eye.
What's the biggest difference between working with Passions and now with Days?
I'm not in any slime, blood, or working in front of a green screen. All of those things are very different.
Well, Passions sure have enough of that, that's for sure.
And I will say I change clothes more often. I have this very distinct memory of being in the same sweater for 4 months on Passion.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. And so, you know, I like that days, they move their days at a faster rate than we did over at Passions, and that's cool because you know, people aren't pregnant for 2 years. And you know.
Yeah. Who have you become closest to of the Days cast?
Wow, that's a great question. You know, I
Stumped you.
I know. First of all, I absolutely adore Lauren Koslow, and outside of the set, I probably feel closest to her. We share a manager, and our paths cross offset because of that. And so offset, I probably her. I'm getting. I have a play date that I'm scheduling with Jen to get to know her since our characters haven't worked together. So, you know, I love her as far as personality and sense of humor and stuff. And Chriselle is a lovely, lovely girl, and we've got to hang out a little bit offset. But I will say I feel closest to Brian, and the reason is because there has to be a sense of trust with a love interest situation where, you know, maybe one person's sick or the other person's whatever, and there's a trust of, you know, you're not going to let me fail, right? You're not going to let me look stupid, right? And any fear or insecurity or concern I have had, I've been able to tap on his door and be very honest about it and have him just kind of stand by me and help me along. And so I have such an admiration for him, and I'm so grateful for the kind of person he's been to me while we've worked together.
That's sweet. I'm glad that you have him and all the rest of the cast members, and I look forward to seeing you on my TV screen in the future.
Oh, thank you.
So I appreciate it. Thank you so much for taking my call, and good luck with everything.
Thank you, love. You too. You have a good night.
Thank you. You too.
Bye, Christina.
Bye.
All right, we got 3 more callers here left. Are you good to go, Jade?
I'm good to go.
All right. Next up is our good friend who calls in every week. Kendra is on the line from Georgia. Kendra, you're live with Jade Harlow.
Hey, Kendra.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi. Well, okay.
Don't be nervous.
Okay.
How are you, sugar?
Fine. And you?
I'm good. Nice to kind of meet you.
Okay. So
I live in
Passions.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you. What'd you say, love?
I live in Passions and Days. So.
Oh, thank you.
You and Brian have some chemistry, like.
Oh, thank you.
And I have one question. What's up for Lucas and Cheryl this coming month?
What, honey? I didn't catch that.
What's Lucas and Cheryl?
Ooh, you're talking about the Lush soundtrack.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's gonna heat up. I will say that the songs are gonna get sexier. There's going to be a little bit of lapse in some of our episodes, so I'm going to re-release the entire soundtrack from beginning to end so everyone can kind of fall in love again. But it's quite a variety in genre. I will say it does get a little sexier. And beyond that, me saying the actual songs themselves will completely give away storyline, so I can't. But every day that one airs, I can promise you that there will be a song, at least one, to go with that episode. And in April, I'm going to be hitting y'all with a lot of music.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I know.
Okay.
So hopefully you like it. If not, that you can't please everybody, but I encourage if you have a suggestion for a song that you think would fit lush, hit me with it on Twitter, and we'll see. We'll play it, and I'll see, and it might end up making the final soundtrack, which is always evolving. It's at this point, it's never completely finalized.
Okay.
But it should be good.
Thanks for calling in, Kendra.
Okay, bye.
Bye, Kendra.
Good night.
Bye.
All right. Next up, we have Central and Northern Arizona. I feel horrible because they called in on Wednesday and I don't remember their names, but go ahead and bring them on anyways. Central and Northern Arizona. You're live with Jade Harlow.
Hey, Jade. It's Holly.
Oh, hey. How are you?
Holly.
Good. How are you?
I'm good. Nice to kind of meet you.
Yeah, you too. I am just loving your work on Days. You're awesome. Loving you and Lucas together, and can't wait
Thank
for
you.
more scenes.
Thank you so much. That means everything.
So, what's it like working on Days for you?
It's the happiest I have ever been on a set in my life.
Yeah, that is awesome.
Every day is better than the day before.
That is awesome. Huh.
So I'm in love with the gig.
Awesome. Yeah, I just love the entire cast. Oh my gosh, I wish I could meet all of you.
Well, it's certainly possible. I'm sure one way or another.
Right. Yeah, I'm hoping that I can meet Jen in Las Vegas when she goes. So, because I absolutely love her too. I called her last week and she's awesome.
Yeah, she's so I just love her personality.
Me too. She is just like, I see her tweets that she posts on Twitter, and I just love them. She's just awesome.
I'm dying. I'm dying of laughter. The creativity, I really hope she'll probably never hear this, but if she does, Jen Lilly, you're such a talented girl, and I need you to start writing.
Right.
Please, write something. Right.
Yeah, she's awesome.
So,
will you tell her I said hi?
I will. I'll let her know that Holly says hi.
Yeah, and tell her I'm Sweeney Babes on Twitter. She knows me.
Okay.
Yeah.
A lot of people know you by your Twitter handles.
Yeah. So, it was really so good to talk to you, and
you too,
yeah, and just hope that we can do it again. Can you? And I was wondering, can you try and get Allison before she leaves to do this too? Can you talk to her about it too? Because I would really love to talk.
I can do. Our paths don't often cross. It's a rare occasion that our paths cross, but the next time they do, I will throw that out there.
Yes, I would love to talk to her because I know that her time is coming up, and she is like my all-time favorite.
Well, I think she'll still be doing The Biggest Loser, so she'll still be available to meet and talk to, I'm sure. A talent like Miss Sweeney is never going to completely vanish. So
right.
Yeah. So you'll still have her. You'll still have her.
Right.
If not on Days somewhere.
Yeah, true. Are you doing any events at all, like coming up, or no?
I'm not scheduled to be included in any of the events as it stands, but that might change. If it does, I'll be sure and let everybody know.
Yeah, please do, because I would love to actually meet you now that I'm talking to you.
No, back at you. Me too.
Yeah. So, and then I know that there's another person that's waiting to talk to you, so I'm going to get going here. But it was so good to talk to you. And
so good to talk to you. You're such a doll. Thank you so
Misty,
much.
and so good to talk to you guys, too. And thank you guys for letting me do this.
You're welcome. Thank you.
You have a good night.
Thanks for calling in, Holly.
You're welcome. You guys have a good night.
You too, sugar.
Okay, I love you guys.
Back at you.
All right, and our last caller this evening is our very good friend from Maine, who also hosts his own radio show, Travis. Travis, you're live with Jade Harlow.
Hey, how's it going, guys? Hi.
Hey.
How are you?
I'm good. How about you?
Very well. Thank you very much for doing this show tonight. It's really cool. Brandon and Misty have been very, very, I mean, they host an amazing show, so I'm just so happy to hear that they have some of their favorites on the show. And, so it's so great hearing you on here. And
well, I'm tickled to be here.
That's awesome. I was a Passions fan. I've been a Days of Our Lives fan for 20 years, over 20 years. And I was a Passions fan when you were on Passions, and such a different soap and just a different scenario, different situations and different storylines. But it was just, one of those soaps you just couldn't get enough of. And I want to know from you, what is the biggest difference that you feel Passions? What's the biggest difference between Passions and Days of Our Lives for you?
Well, on Days, there's some situations that I've, in getting to know a little bit of the tumultuous history of the characters before my time on Days, they do have some larger-than-life situations that happen to the characters, but they haven't had anything like what happened on Passions since, I believe, was it Marlena's exorcism? I can't remember.
Right. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Good job.
I better know that one. I better know the answer to that question. Because of that scene and because of that storyline, that was the reason that Passions was created. And so with Days, I know that I'll have some, potentially larger than life situations happen, but it's not going to be anything as audacious as my house being sunk into hell. So it's kind of cool to. Passions was fun and cool in that way because some of the stuff you were doing is filmic and being a horror fan, I got to basically play with every horror movie: The Bird, Psycho, Poltergeist, But on Days, I get to be I get to do a lot more than I did as Jessica Bennett. The Jessica Bennett that I played didn't have a boyfriend or any friends or anything really going on in her life. So to be on Days and to be surrounded by, these vets and get to interact with them and have a love interest and a friend and, the potential lurking of an enemy, like I love that. I eat it up. I'm in love with playing Cheryl. I'm just going to say it. There it is.
Well, I'm so glad for you, and just know that I am, like I said, I've been a huge fan of Days forever. I love your addition to Days, and
Thank
I
you.
root for you on Passions. I'm going to root for you on Days, and just welcome to the Days family. I'm just proud to say I got to talk to you, and thank you for coming on Common Ground Radio. Brandon and Misty are amazing people, and they totally deserve tonight. So much love to you, and much love to the fabulous host. And, so I just wanted to say hi. So thank you for letting me do that.
Well, thank you for this incredible call. My goodness. High five.
High five all around.
High five to you.
Everybody, high five.
I found you on Twitter, so I just added you. And I just appreciate it. You're just a really, really sweet person. And it's been a pleasure. I enjoyed this whole hour of listening to you. So thank you so much.
Oh. Thank you so much. I look forward to more interaction on Twitter.
Yes, ma'am. You too.
All right.
Have a great night.
You too,
Thank you, Travis.
Thank
Good
you,
night,
Brandon.
Travis.
I appreciate it.
You're welcome.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Y'all know nothing but nice people. Wow.
Well, they're all your fans.
That is such a strange idea to me. I still feel like
that you have
hired
fans
by my mother somehow.
Oh my!
It'll never register with me.
Oh my God! All right, well, that was everybody. We got all the callers in.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Really?
So awesome. Yeah.
Do you have any new projects lined up coming out later that we can be on the lookout for, or anything going on?
At this current moment, I don't have a release date quite yet for anything. I will say that there's going to be a kind of a racy photo shoot happening here, and those pictures will be coming out at the beginning of March. That people will see a little different side of me than they will. Very excited about that happening. So that's the only thing I know that I have a date on. And everything else we're kind of, depending on the shoot and post-production, scheduling the release. So there's stuff coming up, I just don't have release dates yet, except for there's going to be a racy photo shoot coming out in March.
All right. Well, I know that all of our fans will be, and your fans, I say our fans, but your fans will be looking out for that.
Hey, same fans.
Yay. But you are such a pleasure. Can't thank you enough for having you on here. And when you said yes and that you could do this Sunday, I mean, I was like, I think I did cartwheels and everything. I was yelling at Brandon. I was like, hurry, answer me. She's going to do it. And I was just really, really excited. So thank you so much.
Well, thank you. This has been so much fun and such a pleasure. And I wish you guys the best of everything with this show. I really think y'all have something special here.
Thank you.
Oh, well, thank you so much.
And till we meet again.
Yes, and we would love to have you on a couple of months later or whatever to see if there's anything new going on.
Yeah, I'd be down. I'm going to hit you with some music. And,
yes.
And like I said, we've got some exciting stuff coming up. All I can say is I will be flooding you guys with music come the second week of April. And so maybe after the flood of music, we can, have a little coffee talk again.
Yes, absolutely.
Awesome.
Thank you guys so much, and y'all have a beautiful evening.
You too. Thank you for calling.
You too, Jade. Thanks for calling.
Bye, Seb.
Bye.
Oh, she is so sweet.
Oh my gosh, she is amazing.
Oh my gosh.
And she also knows her fans from Twitter too. I mean, it's just that's when you know they're genuine, sweet people, and I just love her and Jen. They're just awesome.
Totally.
I'm so excited that she was on here tonight, and I'm so happy for the people who called in to speak with her and those in the chat room. We hope that you enjoyed it as much as we have.
And if you'd like to follow Jade on Twitter, that would be at Jade_Harlow. So go ahead and hit her up on Twitter at Jade_Harlow.
Yes, and she's sweet. She'll respond or she'll favorite, and she's just awesome. And we know Travis, he's got a show coming up February the 13th, so check out at Gabtown Divas website and on Facebook and on Twitter for details on his show.
And remember, next week, next week is the 16th, right? Sunday would be our regular show. But since we had an interview tonight, and since we had two interviews this week, technically, so we decided that we're going to take a break next week, so we will not be having our normal recap show next Sunday. And we promise we won't have any interviews scheduled either, so we're not going to pop up any surprise interviews within the coming weeks. But we have been contacting many of the day's cast members. We're working on some stars, is what we'll say. We're working on some stars, and we'll hopefully have some information for you in the coming weeks, months. Nothing's definite, but just keep an eye out on our Twitter feed at CG Online Radio, and on Facebook. Just type in Common Ground Radio. You'll find it's pretty easy. Our logo's an hourglass.
Okay, that is all that I have. Do you have anything else? If not, we can close.
Well, I just want to say thanks to everybody who called in tonight and everybody who joined us. We had a great time, and hope you all did too. And again, I'm thankful that we got through everybody's calls. I felt so bad that we didn't get to everybody's on Jen's interview. So, yeah, that's all I got.
All right. Thank you so much, and we will see you not this coming Sunday, the 16th, but the following Sunday. We hope you guys have a great night. This is Miss Over Common Ground Radio. This is Misty.
I'm Brandon.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.
You've been listening to Common Ground Radio with hosts Brandon and Misty on the Air Nation Radio Network. Thank you for joining us.